The effect of emotional deprivation and neglect on babies. A baby does not need words to feel abandoned. They feel it in the silence, in the lack of touch, in the absence of a face that looks back and says, "You matter." And long before a child can speak, their nervous system is already learning something dangerous. Stay with me, because in this video, you'll understand what emotional deprivation really does to babies, why the effects can last a lifetime, and what every parent needs to know how to protect a child's emotional foundation. But first, let me tell you something most people don't realize. Babies don't just need food and shelter. For a long time, people believed that as long as a baby was fed, clean, and safe, they would grow fine. Psychology and neuroscience prove that wrong. Babies need touch, eye contact, warmth, emotional responsiveness. Without these, something inside them begins to shut down. Not because they are weak, but because their brain is trying to survive. What emotional deprivation really means. Emotional deprivation doesn't always look like cruelty. Sometimes it looks like a caregiver who is always absent, a parent who is physically present but emotionally unavailable, silence instead of soothing routine without connection. The baby cries. No one comes. The baby reaches. No one responds. And slowly, the baby learns something heartbreaking. My needs don't matter. I need to build my survival mechanism. What happens inside the baby's brain? A baby's brain develops through interaction. When a caregiver responds, stress hormones, lower neural connections strengthen, the baby learns safety. But when emotional needs are consistently ignored, stress hormones stay high, the nervous system stays activated, the brain shifts into survival mode. This isn't a choice, it's biology. The baby system adapts to a world that feels unsafe. What this looks like in babies? Emotionally deprived babies may cry less over time, stop seeking comfort, avoid eye contact, become unusually quiet. This is often misunderstood as good behavior, but it's not calm, it's shut down. The baby has learned that expressing need leads nowhere, so they stop trying. The long-term effects, this is critical. What begins in infancy does not disappear with age. Babies who experience emotional deprivation are more likely to grow into children and adults, struggle to trust others, have difficulty regulating emotions, feel numb or disconnected, fear closeness but crave it deeply. They may appear independent, strong, and self-sufficient. But underneath, there is often a deep wound. I had to learn how to survive alone. Why do babies adapt instead of breaking? This is important to understand. Babies don't fall apart when neglected. They adapt. They lower their expectations. They quiet their needs. They adjust to absence. This adaptation keeps them alive, but it comes at a cost. What helped them survive as babies can make connections hard later in life. An important truth for parents. This is not about blame. Many parents are overwhelmed, unsupported, exhausted, or dealing with their own unhealed pain. But awareness matters, because babies don't need perfect parents. They need emotionally available ones. A responsive look, a soothing voice, a warm touch. These small moments build a sense of safety that lasts a lifetime. The brain is plastic. Healing is possible. When a baby or even an adult begins to experience consistent emotional safety, the nervous system can relearn trust. Connection can be rebuilt. What was missed can be repaired. Not perfectly, but meaningfully. Final message. A baby who is emotionally seen grows into a child who feels worthy. And a child who feels worthy becomes an adult who can love, rest, and belong. This is why emotional presence matters. Not later, not someday, but now. If this video touched you, please like it so it reaches parents who may not realize how powerful their presence truly is. And tell me in the comments, what do you think babies need most to feel safe? Consistency, touch, or emotional attention? Subscribe to Family 360, where understanding shapes healthier homes.